Kitchen HQ All-in-1 VBlade Mandoline Slicer. If you've never owned one before, a lot of people stay away from them because they're like, oh, they're a little bit scary. I don't know. If you get the right one and you know how to use it, you are gonna absolutely love it, and you will slice like a 5-star chef. And speaking of which, there's not a 5-star chef that either he or his staff does not use a mandolin slicer.
That's for sure, because of the time that you save. And no matter what color you pick today, out of the colors that we have here, Kitchen HQ has designed this mandolin for ease of use and safety because of this. It's a safety holder that holds onto the food for you. There's 3 stainless steel prongs inside the cup and a plunger that feeds it down through the blade so you don't waste anything. I just sliced that potato and look at what's left.
Look at it.
See, most people have tools, guy, like this in the kitchen, the old 4-sided tin can knuckle buster, I call it, where if you get close to your fingers, you take off a half a knuckle
it's a torture
or a manicure.
Oh yeah,
right?
It's terrible.
Yeah, without the safety holder, because that's the most important feature when you're using something with sharp blades. And the reason that we give you the safety holder is these blades are razor sharp. That's why the machine works so well.
And you'll never have to sharpen them. Now, John is gonna do a ton of demos, so I wanna give him time to do that. Let me go over colors really quick, and then I'm gonna let John go. So if you order today, you can order it in blue. It comes in this turquoise color. It comes in black, it comes in purple, it comes in red. They all come with the safety holder, and they're super easy to use. John, it's 50% off today.
Wow.
Yeah, it was 41. It's $20 today. Perfect chance to get it.
That's like $2 a finger.
Yeah, I mean, thank you.
If you've ever slipped on one of those old knuckle busters, it's worth $2 a finger.
Yep.
Just for this safety holder. Now, I want you to see this too, Guy, because this is like training wheels. If you've never used a mandolin before, this little guide, it's on a track that fits on the machine like this. This keeps everything right in the center. So if I'm gonna slice a tomato, I put it in the safety holder, and watch this. You put it inside the little guide here, these little, the training wheels, and all you do is slide it back and forth. So every time that you go down and come back up, you get a perfect uniform slice. See how that button feeds it down through the machine so you don't waste anything and you can't cut yourself? Every slice comes out exactly the same thickness. So it's not like a knife where you get one thick slice, then one thin slice. Now, it's totally adjustable. So right here on the side, you'll see 2 different knobs, all right? And they're labeled so you don't have to remember what I show you here. But all you do is turn these knobs and it adjusts the thickness of the slice. There's 8 different slicing thicknesses, from thick all the way up to the thinnest slice, which, hey, I'll tell you what, for onions, you're gonna love this. Watch this. For bread and butter pickles, you're gonna love it. Onions for salads or sauteed peppers and onion, steak and onion, liver and onion, potatoes and onion. Look at that, Guy. Any thinner than that, you wouldn't even be able to smell it. And
I mean,
the job's done so fast, you don't even have time to cry. So for salads, sandwiches, or backyard barbecues, look at this. You get, whether you like them thin, medium, thick for homemade onion rings. How about this for pickling? Here's a medium slice. I'm gonna adjust this down. Here's your thick slice, okay? And watch this, I'm gonna take it up to a super thin slice because, I mean, paper thin slices like this, I mean, any thinner than that, look at that. You could almost read through those, they're so thin.
That's amazing. And you would never do that with a knife.
So it's completely adjustable. Now for onions, you're gonna love this. Here, I gotta show you this too, because there's all the different slicing thicknesses. And by the way, I think you're gonna like this thin slice too, for the one thing that mandolins were originally developed to do over 200 years ago in Germany. They were originally made for cabbage. The first mandolin ever made in the world was for making sauerkraut. Over in Germany, they love their sauerkraut.
Sure.
And I'll tell you what, Germans aren't only known for their sauerkraut, they're known for their stainless steel. And they're known for their beer and their guns. But I'll tell you what, they eat a lot of sauerkraut, and we do here too. But look at this, for homemade, listen, if you don't like sauerkraut, how about cabbage coleslaw? Long and stringy. On taco night, do that with iceberg lettuce for tacos. But watch this, because here, I'm gonna take the other half of this cabbage. I'm gonna quarter this down right through the stem, okay? Now watch what I'm gonna do, because on the side of the machine right here, you'll notice when I turn this knob, there's teeth that pop up. There's small teeth, and then there's large teeth. These are the small ones, these are the large ones, so you have two different size of dicing thicknesses, or julienning thicknesses, because watch this, for cabbage coleslaw deli style, instead of long and stringy, and I'll tell you, hey, most people say that if the only thing you'll ever use this machine for is onions, it's worth the price of admission just for the onions alone, because for tuna fish or chicken salad, for homemade meatloaf, on taco night, for homemade chili soups and stews, it doesn't get any easier than that to mince an onion.
Look at that.
And the difference, see, anything that grows in layers, and here's the thing, I've been dealing with mandolins and culinary tools for over 30 years now. And the difference is, with this mandolin, everything is on board. The two knobs do all the adjustments. There's no parts and pieces. You don't have to worry about looking through the drawers to find things.
Yep.
Here, I'm gonna take a whole bunch of celery, okay? Celery, cabbage, onions, anything that grows in layers will automatically chop. Okay, because of the way the vegetable grows. Now, something solid won't mince, and I'll tell you what, you want to chop celery quick, think about during the holidays when you're in the kitchen with that butcher knife on your countertop trying to chop celery for homemade stuffing. Look at that. I mean, there's a cup full of celery done in seconds.
Every piece is perfectly diced.
Now, the difference, though, Guy, is something solid won't mince, okay? Like a potato or a beet or a carrot. Now, I'm not changing anything on the machine. The same setting that did this to your vegetables that grow in layers will also, for something solid like a potato, give you a julienne cut. So you can make French fries by the mounds and by the pounds. You can do carrot sticks, zucchini spears for a vegetable tray. In fact, here I've got a carrot right here. All you do is brush it through. And look at this. Oh, and by the way, I got to show you this too, okay? Totally adjustable. If you like bigger French fries, and you want, or just use the bigger knives. All I'm going to do is flip up the larger knives now and watch the difference.
And you adjusted the thickness a little bit.
All you do is adjust the thickness because you want them square.
Yeah.
And I want you to notice these, see these French fries?
Those are my kind.
I'm going to hold two of them up, okay, on the ends so you guys at home can see this. Look at that. They're exactly perfectly square French fries, okay? They'll crisp up in seconds. Now, if you want bigger fries, use the bigger knives. And look at the difference. Now you get those big, juicy steak fries like you get in the restaurants, okay? So it's such a versatile tool that you can literally use this to do just about everything but the cooking. So whether you're slicing, mincing, chopping, if you want bigger diced onions for a soup, stew, or salad, all you do is brush it through. Now, if you want to, okay, watch the difference. Watch this. I'm going to take the teeth down. Okay, I'm going to lower all the teeth and leave the thickness the same, because if you've got a deep fryer or an air fryer, or maybe you have a dehydrator, or maybe you want to make homemade onion rings, look at this, a little tempura, pop those rings apart, they'll all fry up at the same time because they're all exactly the same thickness.
All right, it comes in blue, it comes in the turquoise, it comes in black, it comes in purple, it comes in red. The handguard and the little guide, the little glider guide, are all built in to make it safe for you. There is no better way to get consistent slicing. Let me tell you, I had two guys that worked at my Italian restaurant that I used to manage years ago. They would spend 2 hours of every morning prepping vegetables with knives, okay? And we got to the point where finally our chef Rich came in and he bought mandolins and he said, guys, this is the way to do it. They'd be down there for 15, 20 minutes. They would do the same amount of work that would take 2 hours in about 15 minutes. Because you're a restaurant, you got to prep a lot of food. I mean, John knows the prep is the hardest part. Really
and that's the thing. It saves you so much time. You see, cooking doesn't take time. It's the prep that takes the time. And this is like having your own little sous chef in the kitchen. And it's fun to use because when you're saving time and you're doing those things that you can't do with a knife, it makes you, first of all, it makes you a better cook.
Makes you look good.
Makes you look good when you're having really your friends. And listen, next time you're having maybe you want to do an apple salad, or maybe you're making an apple pie. Now, I put this on a thin slice, okay? And here's an apple. I already did one. I'm going to do another one. And all I'm doing is brushing that back and forth, whether you're right-handed or left-handed. If you can move your arm up and down, you can use this machine. You don't waste anything. It takes it right down to the skin. And I'm sure you'd rather see that piece of apple skin than your piece of knuckle skin, okay? That's why I say for $2 a finger, it's worth it for the safety holder. Watch this. Every slice is exactly the same as the last.
Pages of a book. Look at that.
I mean, mean, I can pick one out of here, and it's going to be exactly the same thickness in the middle as it is right out here on the end.
Wow.
I mean, every slice is perfect. So you can't do this kind of work with a knife. Now, if you like it thicker, like maybe you want to do like a, I don't know.
Yeah, just lemon slices.
How about some lemon slices for a fish dinner? Or maybe you want to do some orange slices. Or here, a lime for a sangria. Look, all you do is brush it through, and every slice comes out exactly the same thickness. I mean, perfect uniform slices, but again, it does your chopping, your mincing.
I'm looking at the pile of food.
Corn off the cob.
Look at the pile of food he just did.
Look at this. Take an ear of corn, brush it through. Each time you brush it through, you give it a little turn like this. It takes 4 or 5 rows of sweet corn off the cob. Instead of using a knife where the kernels fly all over the kitchen and into your eyebrows, look how easy that is for taking corn off the cob. Now everything goes right down onto the countertop or tabletop. You can put the machine in a bowl, across the bowl, or right here on the table. But as a corn stripper alone, you couldn't find a corn stripper for 19 or for 20 bucks. I mean, look at this.
Can you ever understand anybody who would buy like corn in a can? Because corn on the cob is so good.
Yes.
But it is messy when you don't use a mandolin. That's a lot but it is so good.
You get full kernels, but look at this. There might be some left on the cob. You can use the ridges to milk your cob for your cream style corn, for succotash, soups, stews, for corn relish or corn chowder. That way you don't waste anything. You get all the goodness off the cob.
Now I gotta have corn tonight for dinner.
I know.
You baited my hook. Now I gotta go get it.
Cooked meats and cheeses, the same.